Millions of households are going to be welcoming a new pet into their home within the next year. However, only about half of those pets will come from a shelter. You can help change that number at home. And here with more is President and CEO of the Humane Society of the United States. That's Wayne Pacelli. Amy Zivang, the chairman of the board for Maddie's Fund, also joins us. And we also have Flip, who's in Amy's arms right now. Hey guys, how are you this morning?
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Now, the whole program, it's called Start a Story and Adopt. Can you tell us about the goal of this campaign, Wayne?
Well, I think you framed it nicely. There are millions of people who are in the market for a dog or cat in their homes and in their lives, but only a few million of those people are choosing adoption. If we can get an additional 3 million people who are looking for a pet to go to a shelter or rescue, then we can solve the euthanasia crisis. You know, in Las Vegas, the lead animal shelter has such enormous intake and historically had pretty high euthanasia rates. We can solve these problems if enough people get involved. And that's the point of the Shelter Pet Project, which is a collaborative campaign between Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the U.S., and the Ad Council.
And I know with the Shelter Pet Project, it's more of, this is kind of the next step of it to try to get more homes for these shelter dogs and pets.
Yes, I mean, it's really a national advertising campaign, and we're using celebrity pets who have millions of followers on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and other social media platforms. And we're asking people to tell their stories about adoption because we really want the idea of adoption as a wonderful thing to go viral. And that's really part of what we're doing with the Shelter Pet Project.
And it's adorable, too. We're seeing some of that video right there. We had the keyboard cat, we had a Hamilton pug, and of course we had Toast Meets World, who I know has a big Instagram following.
And this little guy, Flip. Flip is a 6-week-old puppy who was actually found in an abandoned home with 4 of her brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, 2 of them were frozen and didn't make it. But Flip and his 2 siblings are here at St. Hubert's in New Jersey, and they just represent, you know, one of millions of dogs and cats that could make fabulous family members if you just come down to the shelter and think about adoption.
For those who don't know, can you kind of explain what about Maddie's Fund and kind of explain more about that?
So Maddie's Fund is a family foundation. We're based in California. We're about 20 years old now, and we support animal organizations such as the Humane Society of the United States, as well as St. Hubert's and shelters across the country, big organizations and small, whose goal is to end the killing of our shelter pets. And we're proud to be here today.
And I know those statistics are saying, you know, millions are in shelters, but only half of them are getting home. So hopefully with this big campaign, we can increase that number.
Absolutely, and you know, you think about an animal like Flip here, who was really kind of on the knife's edge and could have died, and now has been funneled into a path where he's going to have a wonderful life. I'm quite certain of it. And this is the case for so many animals. It has nothing to do with their qualities and attributes in terms of their fate. It's really on us. Are we making the right choices? Are we bringing them into our lives and saving them? And we can do this. Just 3 million more people choosing adoption should be an easy goal for us to achieve as a society.
And it's a great campaign that's been launched. So thank you guys so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
For more information about this project or to find a local shelter near you, just visit theshelterpetproject.org. And don't forget, every Thursday we have a pet up for adoption on our show through our Pick of the Litter. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you so much, Micah. The 4th